I coach people to live not with a sense of religion. In fact, I deter religion. Religion kills, but the Spirit gives life. And if you can wake up every day with just an acknowledgement of gratitude, I have found that gratitude catapults people into a level of spiritual development that they don't even need to go to a church to find.
This is Maestro Minute, the show that discusses all things real estate, sharing interviews with the most successful people in the industry. Hear from their perspective and what they are doing to achieve success. Get exclusive tips on how you can also succeed in real estate. Maestro Minute is brought to you by Maestro Development. Here's your host, Nareg Muradian.
So, and how long have you been doing mentorship and coaching?
Probably for just over 25 years. I just turned 50, so it was right around 23, 24.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it was all through those years.
And how has it evolved throughout those years, your coaching technique and your style?
I always ask people this question. It's a very good question. How has your life changed in the last 10 years? Where were you a decade before? And I have one word, the application of knowledge, 3 words, but that definition is wisdom. I'm aspiring to develop wisdom. Wisdom is a defense as money is a defense. They're both defense mechanisms because if you can navigate through decision making, you can do a lot of things that guys will just pay others to do. And I didn't have the money at the time, so I had to use my brain to say, how are we going to navigate this? What's the pathway to the first million, the first 10 million, and now, of course, the first 100 million? And I think the best transformation of evolution for me is a famous proverb that I live by that says, plans succeed or fail for a lack of counsel. And I was kind of prideful. I didn't think I needed a coach. And here I was a coach. But very early on, watching these pro athletes, I mean, if you think about it, right? These pros are always on their A game. They make the biggest money in the world. The NFL and the NBA are basically a recession-proof organization. And why is that? It's because they got one head coach and several division coaches, and everybody's in submission. You know what I mean? It's not a control, and it's not authoritarian, but there's a certain level of respect that comes with the coach. And if you have the humility to do that, your life is on to a whole other level.
Go along, get along.
That's it. That's it.
What are there's 3 traits, right?
Yes.
With successful leaders and with their brain.
Yes.
What exactly is that? Can you talk
That's a
about
really
that?
good question. This is like deep intel that we have in the archives of our data, but I've assessed billionaires, I've assessed scientists, I've assessed stay-home moms, I've assessed CEOs and C-suites and pro athletes and everyday people. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. That's the outcome of good decision-making in conjunction with good behaviors. But the elite level people that I've met who live in peace of mind, deep contentment, healthy, which is another biomarker, right? Health and fitness, or as I like to call it, mental health. We're in the mental health space as well as wealth accruement. The number one trait I've seen is conscientiousness. Conscientiousness is a high sense of duty. They don't like cutting corners. And what I've paralleled with that is when you live your life, when you're trying to take the high road, even if you've been wronged, you've been burned, bad business dealing, the law of reciprocity kicks in. And business kind of comes to you in a whole other way. And it's unbelievable. And that has what's been the trajectory of a lot of my clients who have really aspired to be at the $1 billion level. A lot of that good-natured business.
Thanks for tuning in to the Maestro Minute podcast. Make sure to rate this podcast if you found it helpful, share it with a friend that could use it, and follow us on all major podcast platforms. The Maestro Minute, powered by Maestro Development.